Good morning, students. So, in today's lecture, we will be discussing about Janapadas, Mahajanapadas, and taxes. Okay. So, in a previous period, we discussed about the election and we discussed about how the rajas were chosen by the people. Also, we discussed about the varnas. In that, we discussed about Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Shudras. Okay, so today we'll talk about Janapadas. So, what is Janapadas? When a king performed a sacrifice and became recognized as a stronger and more powerful king. His kingdom was called a Janapadas. Understood? So, Janapadas means inhabited region in ancient India before the formation of kingdom. So, Janapada is a Sanskrit term composed of two words, Janas and Padas. The word Pada means foot. From its earliest attestations, the word has had a double meaning of territory and the subject populations. Janapadas were basically independent regions or republics that were situated in the Indian subcontinent during the Vedic era. Okay, so these periods executed from the last Bronze Age into the Iron Age. Okay, so now did you understood what I said? That the word Janapada is a combination of two words. Jana means people and the Pada means foot. Thus, literally, Janapada means the land where the people set its foot. Okay, understood. In fact, during the latter Vedic period, the Aryan moved towards the Ganga and Yamuna plains. This became a possible because of better iron tools. So, in the ancient period, we have seen some development in the human beings. So, they started using the tools. Okay, first they use stone. After that, they started using the iron tools. So, with the help of these tools, they clear the forest and settle down. Okay, so gradually the population increased and states the Janapadas came into existence. So, Janapadas were the earliest kingdoms in ancient India. Archaeologists have found lots of evidence that tells us how the herds of these people were, what animals they reared, what crops they grew, and how they made pots. Okay, so we'll see about the life of the people in a Janapada. So archaeologists, just I said that the archaeologists found so many evidence about that Janapadas. So for example, that Purnakvila in Delhi and Hastinapura near Meerut in UP and Atrankera near it in UP. Okay, on the basis of valuable finds, they have come to the following conclusion. So what is that? The habits. So people live in a hut, and what they were doing, so the cattle as all the animals. Okay, so they kept the cattle and as well as the other animals, and they grew many crops such as wheat, barley, rice, pulses, mustard, sugarcane, and sesame. Okay, so now we'll talk about the art and craft. So you have to see the page number 49 uh, 48, sorry. So in the left hand of the page you can see there is one pot, gray color pot. We'll discuss about that. So people in the Janapadas made a earthen pot especially in a gray or red colors. A special type of pottery, for example, that painted ग्रेवेयर. सो पेंटेड ग्रेवेयर इसका मतलब होता है कि चीनी मातीचं भांड, वी कैन से इन मराठी. So where has been found from these sites. These pots have design of a simple lines and on geometric patterns. So for what purpose they use these? So these pots have design of a simple lines, I told, and it was used by the for especially for the occasion they use and for important people to serve a special food. Okay, understood why they use this pot. Uh, occasionally they use, and for the particular person, for the important person, to serve a special food. Okay, got it about the Mahajanapada. Now we will be discuss on the Mahajanapadas. Okay, let's discuss about the Mahajanapadas. So before that, in a short, let me tell you the place where people placed their foot, or where the tribe placed its foothold, came to be known as Janapadas. Okay, so such Janapadas were known according to the tribes that had settled there. Some of these Janapadas combined together to form a Mahajanapadas. Okay, so there were 16 such Mahajanapadas in the Indian subcontinent. They were either ruled by the kings or by Ganasangha. Okay, so the most powerful among the Mahajanapadas was Magadha. So here I want to tell you that you have to see the page number 49. You have to see the map number 4. So important Janapadas and Mahajanapadas and the city. Okay, so about 2500 years ago, some Janapadas became more important than others and were known as Mahajanapadas. Some of these are shown on a map. So most Mahajanapadas had a capital city. Many of these were fortified. Okay, about the fortified, I'll explain you in detail. Just wait a minute. So this means that a huge walls. Okay. So what they said here about the Mahajanapadas, the Buddhist literature mentions 16 Mahajanapadas or kingdoms. So these were Magadha, Avanti, Kosala, Vatsa, Kuru, Malla, Sursena, Asmaka, Kambuja, Gandhara, Agna, Anga, then Kashi, Videha, Chedi, Matsya and Panchala. Of these Magadha, Kashi, Kosala and Avanti were the most powerful Mahajanapadas. You have to check the map and you will get the names of the places. Okay, just check it. So just I told that about the fortification. Let me tell you what is the meaning of the fortification. So this means that the huge walls of wood, brick and stones were built around them. Okay, so the Mahajanapada had the capital cities as their seat of power and authority. They were mostly well fortified. The forts were built around the capital city for two reasons. Okay, so let us see the reasons. To show the power and prosperity of the Mahajanapada, and the second is the people, to provide a safe and secure environment to people and where they could live without a threat or raids and invasion. So what is mean that raids? तर बाहेरच्या शत्रूंपासून छापे पडणे किंवा आक्रमण होणे ह्यांच्यापासून बचाव करण्यासाठी they build a huge walls. Okay, so you just see the page number 49 and the picture 50. You just see that wall. Okay, so there was a constant need to expand the area under control. So the need was twofold. Firstly, the capture more territory to cater and to the increasing demands for a land to cultivate more food and for the growing population, and secondly to show their might and the power authority among the kings and kingdoms or a Mahajanapada. Okay, understood why the meaning of the fortification? Okay, now we will discuss about that armies. Okay, so the Rajas now began to maintain the armies throughout the year. They paid regular salaries to the soldiers. So here you can see in the land and the people living inside the fortification. So maintaining the armies to maintain such vast territories and safeguard to population of the kings had to maintain the larger armies. So maintaining armies mean that they needed to be provided with the food and arms. This required the kings to impose the taxes on the public like a fee for a protections. However, there were many other expenditures on the states like making forts, roads, street, etc. Okay, so which also had to be founded, and therefore there was a need to start a system of a tax collection. Officials were appointed to collect the tax. Why I told you about this? Because our next point is taxes. So to maintain our territory and to save their guards, so kings need some amount to maintain such type of his kingdom. So he started implementing the taxes. Okay, so from where he will get the taxes we will see in our next video. Okay.